know that by his stripes I'm already healed. So that means my healing might not have manifested itself yet, but it's on the way. What do you say, preacher? God told me to tell you that my people need to always have a yet. Because when you have a yet, you know that there is something going on right now. But if I can just hold on, my yet is going to turn that thing all the way around. I can't preach to everybody today, but I need you to look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, keep your yet. Your yet lets you know that I might be over my head in bills right now, but there's going to come a time, there's going to come a day that God's going to make sure that I have everything I need. How do you know? I'm preaching to but a few people because they declare that his name is Jehovah Jireh. And Jehovah Jireh means that whatever I don't have, my daddy has. So if I need it, all I got to do is access it because it's temporary what I'm going through. Look at somebody, tell me it's just temporary. So hold on. It's just temporary. Don't throw in the towel. It's just temporary because they that wait upon the Lord. I wish I had somebody that's ever been in a waiting season before, and you were waiting and you thought it wasn't going to come. But one thing you learned about the Lord is he might be a colored man because he may not come when you want him. Lord, ain't nobody going to get this. But he's always slap somebody a high five and tell them Jesus on CP time. He may not show up then, but he always shows up in the nick of time. Have you ever tried him? Do you know that he'll show up? He'll show up in the courtroom and you know you should be going to jail. But some way, somehow, the lawyer showed up on the scene and he said, if it does not fit, shake your neighbor's hand and tell him, God just gonna show up in your courtroom. Keep waiting, keep fasting, keep praying, keep believing. I'm leaving some folk right now because we want the goods without sacrifice. But baby, if you keep pushing, God says, I'm gonna turn your temporary situation around. Who am I preaching to in here that don't mind lifting your hands and say, Lord God, I thank you that it's temporary. It's temporary. I'll sit down for just a moment. I want you to think about this because temporary is so important for us to see, but the enemy always try to hide that truth from us. Why does he want to hide it? Because the enemy says, if I can get them to think that their situation is permanent, they'll start making permanent decisions based on temporary circumstances. And one of the greatest tactics of the enemy is to lure you into making a move when things are moving in your life on a temporary basis. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Be careful now how you manage your decisions when you're in a temporary trial. Be careful, hear me dearly beloved, how you handle decisions when you're in a temporary situation. I want to show you why it's dangerous to make permanent decisions based on temporary circumstances, because you remember the children of Israel, they were supposed to leave the wilderness, and rather they were supposed to leave Egypt and go to the promised land. And do you not know that was an 11-day trip?